This is the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast with Stacey and Curtis.
Episode 10.
Hold on, I got to pull up my research here.
Okay.
My research. Thank you, Wikipedia. Okay, episode 10,
10.
once again, of the Out of Tune podcast. I am Stacey,
I'm Curtis.
and we are going to, once again, just kind of relive growing up 80s, 90s as we were kids. But this time we're going to focus a little more on malls.
Saskatoon malls.
Saskatoon malls, how they impacted us, if at all.
You made me nervous when you said, let me pull up your notes. I have a piece of paper that says Tiffany and mall rats.
Tiffany and mall rats. Okay.
That's my research.
That's, you know what, Curtis? I'm not going to judge you on that. I just have more than you, that's all.
Yeah.
Because I-
Should we start with Tiffany? Princess. She made dancing in the mall cool.
She was discovered in the mall, right?
was.
She was performing for who knows what.
And yeah.
I got plucked out of obscurity.
But then she never really, that was her thing. She was the mall girl. She toured the world and played at malls before she started doing concerts. Isn't that her thing? Yeah.
I believe so, yes. Like some kind of weird little singing circuit or
Yes.
competition circuit that she
Where did
would've-
that go?
She...
Why don't people come to the malls anymore?
Oh, you mean the singing
Just
competitions?
in general. I remember when two people on Survivor came to the mall. Not that that had to have been like 15 years ago.
Was that Boston Robin Amber?
I don't think it was. It was like some C or D level people.
Okay. You're right. Like we have Safari Jeff comes to the mall still.
Shout out Safari Jeff.
Safari Jeff.
I think we did an hour on Safari Jeff
I
once.
think we did. And you're right. Like that kind of stuff just I don't know if the venues I don't know. Why wouldn't they still do that kind of stuff?
Bring
Like
people in. I don't hear
singing
about people coming to the
competitions?
malls anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Malls are having a tough time. We'll get to that.
I do enjoy a good Safari Jeff.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
And you know what else it is too?
He's again, my Safari joke is that he's got like 10 kids, right? So maybe we should be studying his reproductive habits, not just those.
Not
of,
just those
of Father Time, the giant tortoise.
Oh,
What's
right.
up, buddy?
That guy who's got a billion little turtle kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiffany was definitely at the height of that mall culture, right? Where we were all hanging out at the mall and that was the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was what you did. And she did go on to have a reasonably successful-ish career.
I just saw a clip of her on social media like 2 days ago.
What was she doing?
She was playing a show. She was singing her Beatles song still.
Oh, which
Yep.
one?
I think we're alone now.
That's a Beatles song?
Stacy. Press stop. Just
Why?
press. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
Just let's burn it down. You didn't know that was a Beatles song?
No.
I think we're yes. Am I wrong? That is totally a Beatles song. Is that not a Beatles song? Oh
I'm
my
about
god.
to check.
There might be some
I
deleting
think
here. You
we're
made me.
alone now, writer. Richard Cordell and Bo Gentry.
I think we're alone now. Tommy James and the
Yeah,
Shondells.
and then covered by Tiffany
oh my
in
god,
87.
was I wrong?
Snap. Do you want me to delete this?
No, that's we'll show my my lack of culture. I'm usually like all about the music history. I swear that was a Beatles song.
Well, you
That's
know
crazy.
what? Everybody is allowed to be wrong every once in a while.
Thought that was. I'm just give me a minute here, man. That's
The
crazy.
Shondells, Tommy James and the Shondells.
I'm getting that mixed up with something else. Then
Yeah,
there
probably.
was. Is that not a Beatles song? I've been my.
Are you thinking of some other late 80s
did
female?
Did Debbie
I was
Gibson do
gonna
a
say
Beatles song?
Is it the China Phillips from what's that band?
Wilson Phillips.
Wilson Phillips. Should have known that one.
Tommy James and the Shondells. Crazy. I have spent my entire life thinking that was just like a deep cut Beatles.
New information for you today.
There we go. I'm learning.
It's a learning experience. I did want to also just I just looked into Saskatoon malls because I was
Yes.
curious. What mall, Curtis? And mall is I want to say shopping center.
Yes.
Do you think was the first one in Saskatoon?
The first one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Shopping center.
shopping center
Mm-hmm.
in Saskatoon. I mean, it's got to be Midtown.
You are incorrect.
Wow.
Churchill Shopping Center.
Churchill Shopping Center.
Taylor and Clarence, 1957 as a strip mall. and it signaled the trend of suburban commercial development. People were like, look at all these stores in one
All
spot.
in one spot.
Amazing, which would have probably not been that many because Churchill is pretty small.
I'm saving a lot of miles on my horse and buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do 4 things here. This is amazing. I can go to taco time and
I'm afraid to commit now. I've been living a lie. Up is down, left is right.
So after Churchill,
Yes.
the next one to pop up was the Grosvenor Park Shopping Center in 1960. And again, these are shopping
These are
centers.
strip malls.
Strip malls,
Okay.
yes. A bunch of stores all together.
Yep.
And then in 1968, Sears happened just across the street here. 2 years later, 1970, Midtown. So that's when Midtown happened. Was 1970.
Was that the first indoor?
Oh shoot, I did this out of order. Dang it. Market Mall opened in the 60s.
Okay.
It was the city's first enclosed shopping center.
Okay.
So yeah, Market Mall was the first mall. And then Sears happened, and then Midtown opened in the 70s or in
Market
1970.
Mall predates Midtown.
It does.
That's insane.
It is to me. They
Crazy.
called
That was
dibs.
my hood. That's
Yeah.
where I grew up. I didn't know I was living such an important piece of Saskatoon
History.
and culture.
Yeah. The second floor of Midtown was constructed in 89 and opened in 90.
Mm-hmm.
And then Center Mall, a.k.a. Wildwood Mall, remember that?
We talked about that.
Yeah, opened in 77.
When I almost got creamed by a car crossing the
That's
street.
right.
Trying to get from Mall 1 to Mall 2.
Mall, one half to the other.
Yep.
And then Lawson Heights opened in 1980 because the north end of the city was just booming,
Mm-hmm.
full of Mennonites. And then it's true. The north end is swimming with Mennonites, I swear.
What's happening?
At one point, Lawson Heights Mall boasted the largest Safeway in the province.
Hey there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Lawson also had plans to have another anchor department store. They had Zellers, and they wanted another one. But once Zellers fizzled, Target came in and fizzled. They're like, you know what? We'll just build a new food court.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the route they took instead.
That is my big asterisk that I wrote down, is that we need anchors. Walmart needs to go back. The malls.
I know.
We're jumping all over the place.
I know.
But that is what killed malls.
I think so.
You needed that anchor, and there are no department stores. I mean, the Bay didn't. Hudson's
Hudson's
But
Bay.
Hudson's didn't have like food. It wasn't like a real department store.
Well, it was a department store as we knew it in the beginning.
Towards the end, I'm talking.
Oh, towards the
Like,
end.
we lost a lot when Zellers closed. When you couldn't
'Cause
go to
those
Zellers.
restaurants.
But even just like on a Monday night, it would be open till like 8.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just go to Zellers and there, whatever you needed. You didn't have to go all the way out to Walmart, which was really far and hard to get to. You couldn't just
Yep.
run down the street.
Yeah.
I'm 3 minutes away from Lawson Mall.
Yeah.
And
No, that's
we
very true.
Lost a lot when I couldn't just run to Zellers and be like, okay, we need milk, and like my son needs a white shirt for Star Wars Day tomorrow,
Yeah, exactly.
and I need motor oil.
Yeah. Oh, in
And
one
now
spot.
you have to go all the way to Walmart.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too, is like we did have Kmart's.
Yep.
I think Kmart was in Lawson Mall for a hot minute before Target moved in. And there was also a Kmart in Market Mall.
Yeah,
I
it went
believe.
Zellers, Kmart, Zellers, then
Target?
Yeah.
I don't think Zellers came back to Lawson Mall though.
No?
No. Am I wrong? Because Zellers was only here in in the Bay spot at the top. I don't think we had another full-on revival of Zellers.
No. But back in the day in Market Mall anyway, in like the
Market
90s,
Mall. Okay.
we had Kmart for like a year, and then it
Yeah.
went back to Zellers
Yeah.
until it died. And then
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think it was ever a Target in
Market Mall. No, Target was only in Lawson.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Target. Nice try. Why couldn't they have just done better?
Again, we mentioned this.
We did.
What happened to Canadian Target? Did I tell you this?
Yes, you did.
I told you.
You touched on it.
I told you to read the 10-page amazing article Maclean's magazine did.
Right, and I haven't gotten around to that yet.
Target. Well, first of all, it's open late in the States, and it wasn't here, so that's already kind of
okay.
people were expecting this. Like, I don't know if it was 24-hour, but it was open till like 11 or something.
Right.
Anyway, they were famous for their inventory system. I guess it was this like insanely concise, easy to use inventory system
Right.
that Target was famous for in the States. So they were bringing it to Canada. They're getting ready to roll out, and then this third party basically stepped in front and said, "Hey,
We got this.
we have something that is identical to what you're using now, but a Canadian version, I guess. But
Oh,
it was
no.
but it was definitely not from Canada. It was from some far overseas place. They were
Mm-hmm.
like, you'll save a whole bunch of money if you use ours instead of
Yours,
instead
trusted,
of yours.
true.
Trust,
Ugh.
yeah. And that's
Wow.
what tanked them because it didn't work. And they would get these. It's why there was nothing on the shelves because they would
Yes.
get these pallets, and if there was one product in there that had one wrong number, you couldn't
Receive it?
receive anything on the pallet. So it would get flown to a hangar in Toronto, and it was this giant hangar full of like thousands of pallets,
Just waiting to be stocked.
and they just didn't have the manpower to go through it. And that's why after it announced it was closing, suddenly all the stock was coming in because they were finally like a year and a half later
Okay, let's do this.
had the manpower to get through these pallets and send the stuff to the. But it was too late by then.
Oh, wow.
And that's what tanked them was they tried to save a couple bucks on their already flawless. It would probably still be here, honestly.
Yeah, I bet you.
But they
I
didn't make
bet
any
you.
money because their shelves were empty because everything was stacked in pallets in some hangar in Toronto.
Well, I also think, too, we expected, like, the magic of American Target to be transplanted to Canada and have it be magical as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, too, like, the prices weren't necessarily cheap.
No.
They were more expensive than Walmart, I think. So I don't know if maybe that was part of it, too, was the actual cost of things.
It was just a disaster.
It's just a disaster. And like what I would love to know, there probably is within the McLean's article, the cost of that failed venture.
Yeah,
Like
astronomical.
how much would that have cost them?
And they talked to people who were brought in to go through these pallets, and it was just 10 hours a day typing in numbers. And so of course you're going to make a mistake, and then the pallet's screwed a second time
Oh,
because you're just data entry for 10, just a row of people, just this
wow.
sweatshop of people typing in numbers and leaving it up to human error a
Yeah,
second time.
which is never good.
And they're like, well, they brought us donuts.
So I guess we'll keep going. My fingers hurt though.
My fingers are bloody
Okay.
nubs.
Well, that was the sad story of Target. So were you a mall rat when you were a kid?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I grew up 5 minutes away from Markham Mall. We were there all day, every day. Huggy Bear, A1 Aquarium. You
A1
talked about
Aquarium?
mall culture, and then food court culture was its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you met people there. It was people that went to the same school. It's not like every once in a while there'd be some mysterious new kids at the
Yep.
at the mall.
Wondering where they showed up from.
Yeah.
Must be in town for a sporting event of some kind.
But for the most part, it was just like rinse and repeat the same people you saw there all the time. But
Yeah, it was just an
fun. It was
external place
was-
for you to hang out with your friends.
but it was safe too.
Mm-hmm.
That was something just amazing because it wasn't like going to the park.
No.
'Cause, when randos showed up at the park, there was kind of that.
Oh, that's just sketch city.
Yeah,
There was
but
some
at the
safety.
mall, there was definitely safety.
Yeah.
and you could make a day of it.
Well, also not so much safety for yourself, but like you had to behave properly because you were in a public place, right? You couldn't. Well, you could act like an idiot if you wanted to, but then you might get banned.
Yes.
I was gonna say bad. Yeah, bad. So Markham Mall was your go-to. Did it have the mini golf course right away when it first opened?
No, but it definitely did not. But it must have been late 80s, early 90s when it came. I remember that being a big deal.
I'm typing furiously here to find
Furiously.
out. What? Oh, Markham Mall. Okay. I thought it said 1966. That's not the case.
Still holds up. It's still busy all the time. Every time I go there, there's still people
Yeah.
mini golfing. It's
And-
beautiful. They did an awesome job, like with the water around it and the
It's
fish.
gorgeous. And all
Yeah.
those plants.
Yeah.
I love indoor jungles.
Indoor
And
jungles.
Market Malls is fantastic. So were you a good mall rat?
Yeah, I think
were?
so for the most part.
And did you buy, did you contribute to their income when you went to the mall?
A little bit.
Were you buying food?
Definitely buying food. Coffee. When I was in high school, we'd go for coffee at what is now, I always get it wrong. It's like Smitty's or Bugsy's, but I think Bugsy's is the bar.
Smitty's is the restaurant. Bugsy's is the bar. And then
bar.
there's a Coachman.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
And the Coachman, oh man. When I was older and was, 19 in the very, very late 90s when wrestling was at its all-time high, when it was booming, Coachman would show pay-per-views for free.
Scandal.
So there'd be like 10 of us. We'd go to the Coachman
Yeah.
and we'd just drink beer and we'd watch whatever wrestling pay-per-view was on. It was magical.
Aw,
It was
that sounds fun.
It was so good. And later when I was working at Shaw TV and I was always calling around, I'm like, are you still showing the pay-per-views illegally? I work for Shaw TV. They're like, nope, click.
Nope, not anymore.
Yeah. Because they knew who I was and I didn't enjoy that. I feel like I'm actually to blame for a lot of those
Oh, really?
Because you're there's a wrestling pay-per-view between the two companies every 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, hey, I got a job. I work for the cable company now. And they're,
Get out of here, Curtis. Get out.
I thought I was suddenly a narc. I flipped on them. They'd search me for a wire before we sat down.
Right.
Before they served me. I just want to see Hulk Hogan in the NWO.
Please. Did you ever frequent Midtown? Because like for me, Midtown was obviously it was the 2-story mall.
Yeah.
It's the big one. It's the big time.
Yeah, we would bus down before we had cars. Mm-hmm. Grade 8, grade 9, grade 7, we'd bus down. We'd walk Midtown.
Walk the
mall.
the levels.
Check out their record shops, which they had the best ones.
They did.
Didn't they have Sam the Record Man?
Yes, it was
legendary.
upstairs at the back, I want to say.
Cool people worked at music shops, but the coolest people worked at Sam the Record Man.
Absolutely, because it was like the American.
Yeah.
HMV Canadian? Yeah.
I think, but I knew people, like I went to school with people who worked at HMV, so there was the glow was off that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For me, my mall growing up, because first of all, we forgot about Confed.
Oh, well, we're gonna get to Confed.
I didn't. But when
Did you
it
ever
open?
apply for a music store, Stacey? Did
No.
you ever apply? Oh God, I did constantly. I never got it.
Really?
They probably asked me who originally sang "I Think We're Alone Now," and I bombed the interview.
It's the Beatles.
swear it's
This
the
guy. Look at him. Sorry.
So sure about his answer.
Confederation Mall opened in 1972. So I grew up in Pacific Heights, and Confederation Mall was the one closest to me. But my parents were so strict when I was younger, so I moved out of Pacific Heights when I was in grade 6. I almost never went to Confederation Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it wasn't maybe a thing yet for kids to hang out in mall. I don't know. I just never went there.
Confederation Mall to me was always like Bigfoot. It's like this exists.
Yeah.
You go there and it was like no other mall. It just had a weird vibe.
It's also, Market Mall to me has the most confusing layout.
Okay.
I get lost in there all
Yeah.
the time. And I also found Confed to be a little weird. It had a weird feel to it. I don't know.
Confed didn't have that anchor though. Like there was really no big name stores in Confed.
There was a Walmart. Was it a Zellers? No.
there was.
There was
Never
a
mind.
department.
There was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Walmart attached to it later on.
Yes.
When I was really young, there was no Walmart there.
No, I don't
and
think so.
I just walked down those halls with my parents. I was like, "Where are we? How is this place open?
This exists?
This is such a weird mall to me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I just randomly wanted to bring up is I remember going to Confed Mall with my grandma. We would take the bus there, and she would go to Fabricland, which was in and around the mall, kind of.
Yep.
But then back in the day, Zellers, Walmart, all those stores had fabric sewing sections
sure did.
where you could buy off of bolts of fabric, because that was like an actual, like everybody was still sewing. I shouldn't say everybody, but like our grandmas and aunties were still sewing, and there was a legit sewing section. There was a legit pet with like live animal section, fish, what have you. Like, it's just the department store is such a evolving thing. Like, it's so weird.
I remember my mom asking the lady that worked there, like, "Oh, I'll take like 2 feet of this," and they'd go and they'd pick up this giant spool of
It's called a bolt.
a fabric, and they'd put it down on the table and they'd roll it out and they'd measure it up. I'm like, you
And
guys are
you're-
like engineers.
And you look at it, you're like, because they had the little tape measure
Yep.
into the table, but they were so fast. I'm like, are you actually selling me what I need? They just knew what they were doing.
What are those ladies up to now? How did they translate? How did those skills translate into the real world?
I'm guessing they're not with us anymore.
Okay.
Because that would have been.
I mean, the one in Markham Mall is still thriving. I swear that's got to be about the 7th location.
Oh, for Fabricland.
For Fabricland,
Yeah.
and it landed in Markham Mall. Mm-hmm. It's in a really. It used to be the liquor store, I think.
It has moved so much.
So many times.
And can you imagine moving that store? All that stuff? No, thank you.
All those. What did you call them? Bindles.
Bolts.
Bolts.
Bindles.
Bindles.
Sure, whatever. The fabric.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, that was my mall closest to where I grew up then. But once I moved to Lawson Heights, obviously
Lawson Mall.
Lawson Heights Mall was the place to go. And for some of the kids in school, because like BJM is right there. My parents lived right behind BJM, and they still do. But I went to Mary Graham, so that was a whole ass if you wanted to walk to the mall.
That's a big walk.
Yeah. And so a lot of us just didn't really venture there because it was too far.
Yeah.
Even though some of our friends had cars and stuff. But Lawson Heights Mall for me is also like my entire like career where I worked. My
Really?
first job ever was at Zellers. I started as a straightener because God knows people treat department stores with no respect.
Yep.
So I would go through
So many empty coffee cups.
and clean up garbage. I
Left
once
on the-
found a dirty diaper shoved in, those like big walls of socks in packages.
Yeah.
People
Ugh.
would tear the packages open to look at the sock, leave them on the bottom, and I was picking up socks trying to repackage them, and there's a dirty diaper in there.
Animals.
And so I basically went around the store and tidied things up, and then I got hired on as a cashier. And then I spent all through my high school career, and then for a couple years after. And then again, I remember saying like they paid better than minimum wage. So I felt like the top of the world. Like I
Yeah.
was making good money. When meanwhile, my friends are slinging burgers for
Yeah.
pennies. And then I don't know if you remember in Lawson Heights Mall, there used to be a little shop called Chelsea's, and they made cinnamon buns.
Yes.
And it was like midway through the mall across
Yep.
from Kohl's. And I got a job there as well. And so I was making cinnamon buns and pizza pops and selling chicken sandwiches and all the Safeway people. Because Safeway used to be where Motion Fitness is now, and it was open to the mall. So you could just leave Safeway, walk down the mall. All the Safeway people would come down. And this is back, oh my God, I'm old, when you could still smoke. So the Safeway people would come there and smoke and have their chicken sandwich and a cinnamon bun. And that was, I knew these people. I made their lunches all the time. It was so strange. And then my cousin Heather had a job at Kohl's directly across from me. And so we would always hang out. We'd go for lunch together. And I also had another job in the mall, 3 of them, at Pepper's,
Peppers, yeah.
the kitchen store.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I actually started at their Christmas location because they had like a Christmas pop-up, which was magical. Like, oh my God, I just got to play with Christmas ornaments all day. It was great. And then I worked for a little bit at Pepper's. So that mall for me it's like my entire high school career was basically spent every weekend. I was working one of my 3 jobs, just saving money. And that's eventually how I was able to go and do that England work visa, is because I had enough money saved that I could survive.
It was fueled by cinnamon buns.
Fueled by cinnamon buns.
Peppers.
Guess how much weight I put on while I worked there? No joke. 12 pounds.
Working at the cinnamon bun
Chelsea's.
place?
Yeah, because
Well, yeah.
here's the thing. They're delicious. I've never found, I think a Cinnabon,
You're smelling them all day, every day.
and I loved it.
Yeah.
I know how some people who work at Subway, they're like, I smell like the bread. It's disgusting. But smelling like cinnamon buns, I had no problem with that. But here's the thing. We would put out 6 and ice them, and then they sat in this little warmer so that they stayed nice and just perfectly warm. And at the end of the shift, if there were any iced ones left, you could take them home. And so I would put out a fresh tray at like 7:30, ice them up and be like, oh, shoot. There's all these. And we had like, then they weren't servable for the next day. So I was taking them home to my family. We were eating cinnamon buns non-frickin' stop. And I did. I put on weight working there because I was just eating cinnamon buns and pizza pops and homemade banana bread. It was lovely, but terrible at the same time.
See, I went the other way. I was the person working fast food for pennies. I went from Wendy's to becoming a sandwich artist at Subway.
Oh.
And yes, you smell like subs all the time.
And you did the top cut, didn't you?
I did the canoe. Absolutely,
Yes.
the canoe.
Oh, rest in peace,
the canoe. And A&W before I got out of the game and
Oh,
went
okay.
and sold books at McNally Robinson when it first opened.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And see, I never did fast food.
That's
Never.
Look at us. I never did retail, really.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have to work a month of retail and a month of fast food. You would treat
Some
other
kind of
human
service
beings
industry.
a
Some
lot
kind of
better.
service industry. I agree with you because I got treated like
Yep.
shit as a what would I have been, 15-year-old girl?
Mm-hmm.
And this was back like, oh God, it was so, we didn't have scanners. I worked there when you still had to punch in
Punch in the numbers.
everything. I worked there when they brought in Interact. And I remember what a mind-blowing experience that was. The credit cards people paid with, it was the ka-chunk machine.
Yeah.
And the people just, they treat you like garbage. And it's like, you know what? I'm 15. I'm doing this for you. I'm helping you pay or get your stuff. Like, be reasonable. So, yeah, I agree 100%. You need to experience that in your life just so you can level out and be a good person.
Yeah, there should be some sort of program in high school where you
We're going to
forces
throw you to the wolves here for a little bit.
Hey, you need to be thrown to the wolves.
I
You know,
agree.
I may have told a story before when I worked at A&W, there was a gentleman that would come in every morning for breakfast, order the same thing, and I think he may have been like ex-military, but I will never forget. He would eat. He was always polite, and then when it was time to go, he sat in the same place every morning. But
Yep.
he would use the garbage, like he was right by one of the doors with the garbage there. He could have just popped his garbage and then left, but he would take his tray, pass in front of the till, look me in the eye and say thank you, and then
Oh.
put his garbage away and leave out the main door. And I was always like, what a hero. What an absolute, like,
Aw,
Just-
respectful gentleman.
well, just that went such a long way. And that, I think about that all the time, and just like going out of your way to just say thank you to some stupid kid
yeah.
just made all the difference in the
Oh
world.
God, I'm the biggest proponent of being kind.
Yeah.
Because when you have 1 ounce of it delivered to you, remember how that makes you feel,
Mm-hmm.
and then just know that it takes absolutely nothing to pass that on to somebody
Yeah.
else. Like, and I tried so hard to be so kind as a cashier and stuff, and then you'd be like, "Hi, how are you?" Wah, and then you just get chopped down,
Die, girl.
basically.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, that was my high school career spent at the mall.
I forgot about the Walmart in Confed. I'm here throwing shade, not throwing shade at Confed about how it didn't have an anchor, but I went to that Walmart so much. But I never ventured out into the mall after.
That was your
makes sense.
destination.
I
Yeah.
would go to the Walmart, especially when like Noah was first born, like 2006. I'd be with him in the morning, and that kid got up at like 4:30.
Oh,
My
God.
wife worked mornings, so she would be out the door at like 6:30, and then by 6:45, it'd be like all dressed, everybody ready to go. Him and I'd be like, "Let's go to Walmart." And
Yeah,
we'd go to West Side
hang out.
Walmart, and we'd get breakfast at the McDonald's, and it's the hum of the. It's quiet, so you hear the hum of the fluorescent lights first thing in the morning. It's
Oh,
still
yeah.
like brand new and clean. Get to see everybody do the Walmart cheer.
Oh, right.
And see, I guess we'd be out of there before the mall even opened.
Probably, because I
So-
wouldn't have opened till like 9:30
Yeah.
or something.
So definitely there was a Walmart attached there, and it was a great Walmart too when it was still attached to the mall.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now is Canadian Tire back? No, Canadian Tire's not even. It's a Mark's Work warehouse, I
yes.
believe. Yeah.
Canadian Tire, I think, is still technically attached to the mall, but there's no
It's across the street though.
Canadian Tire.
Mm-hmm.
It's still part
It's by
of
the Superstore, isn't it?
No, it's moved back.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
back.
So many changes.
I know.
I know. Again, I'm never on that side of the city.
Yep.
I don't venture that way very often, but I guess it looks like I have to.
See,
because
and even that now, it's like going to that mall. It's a bit of a drive down Circle for me in the north end, but
Mm-hmm.
between that and like another 3 minutes to go to the Walmart Super Center on like
I
Betts
know.
Avenue, that just seems like a day trip, you know?
yeah.
You cannot just go that extra 5 minutes quickly. It just seems like such a chore.
And yet, once you get there, you're like, okay, no, it's worth it because it does. It has everything you want.
Yeah,
and
but
I
it's
know,
all the big box.
I
and
know, I know. But guess what? We're all people, and we need to save dollars sometimes.
For sure.
And I just don't think there should be so much hate towards that because Walmart was created, unfortunately. I shouldn't say unfortunately, for a reason. It's cost effective. Lowest price is the law, and that draws people in. And yes, the big box, hierarchy that we deal with is terrible. But at the same time, like we're just trying to get by.
Absolutely.
So if I happen to go and shop there or if I happen to order something off Amazon, Auntie, don't give me the third degree, okay?
I was not throwing shade at Walmart. I love Walmart. Of just the accessibility.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my original point of like, I want to go to Lawson Heights and have like some sort of Zellers or Walmart there.
Mm-hmm. I
I
know
don't
what you
care
mean.
if it costs more. I want to drive 3 minutes to the mall, run in, get my motor oil, diapers, and a white t-shirt for Star Wars Day, and like a couple vegetables all in
Okay.
one place.
No vegetables, but what are your thoughts on London Drugs?
Yeah, London Drugs is
It's like a little unicorn where it's like, oh yeah, London Drugs is here. It doesn't have everything. It's not your cheapest place, but I love going there. They have such great snacks.
I'm really off my game today. You're just shutting me down. There is London Drugs right there.
There is. And
I-
it's not I wouldn't consider it to be an anchor, I don't think.
London Drugs is just such a unicorn, like you said.
It is. It's so random because
I don't
we
know
have
if I've
two.
ever gone there for food. They do have food there.
They've got stuff where you're like, I've never seen this before.
Yes.
And I love that about it. And I always buy some kind of candy while I'm there because they have so much.
Yeah.
And they have random clothes too, but not a lot. Just
I
like
go there for like electronics. That's like my mind just I go in and I go left immediately.
yeah.
I never go straight or to right. I just they have clothes there too, don't they? But
randomly, like
what's
a couple men's, couple ladies things, that's it.
I guess it's just not set up like a department store.
No, and it doesn't have it does have milk. You can get milk there. But it's not I don't think it's considered a department store.
Okay.
And it doesn't sell anything fresh, but they
I'm
do sell
learning a lot
milk.
today, Stacey.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I've been very biased and closed-minded with my thoughts when it comes to. I just remember the glory days, right?
Exactly. I know what
remember,
you're saying.
Man, I can remember going to Circle Center on like a Monday night. I would give my wife the night off, and I'd be like, "Let's go, little guy." I'd take my 1-year-old son Noah to Circle Center because Dollarama was open late.
Was it a buck or two back then?
No, it was Dollarama, and
Okay.
it was on the Wildwood side. I'd go to the Wildwood side of the mall, and Dollarama was open till like 8 or 9, and Zellers was open till 8 or 9, and they had this independent coffee shop where the bank is now. And it was just this place where I'm like, I'm going to get a coffee, we're going to
Yep.
walk around, I'm going to tire you out, we're going to go to Dollarama and get crap we need for the week, we're going to go to Zellers and get crap we need for the week.
Yep.
And I think that's what I miss.
It was like an actual destination of like entertainment for you, like if you have a kid for sure, where like you said, wearing them out, and then being able to get everything you needed there was super nice.
Yeah. And just like the emptiness of the hallway too. Going from store to store, that's a little calmer than like a Walmart. And
Yeah.
navigating those aisles.
Yep.
He's got a little more freedom, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You
He's
can't
not going to get
take your eyes
trampled.
off him in Walmart because they'll do what we did and hide amongst the clothes.
Absolutely, and scare the crap out of your parents.
So
Rite of passage. Do you remember when Shoppers used to also be in Lawson Heights Mall
yeah,
back in the day?
yeah,
And that disappeared and moved over to Canorama.
yeah. Shoppers is still thriving in Market Mall. Man, I mailed so many packages out of that Shoppers. Market Mall.
That has to be, because you know how every big chain, I want to say, has one rogue store?
Yeah.
Where they're like, haha, we've never renovated. That's the Shoppers in Market Mall.
Yes.
And that used to be the Safeway on 33rd Street. Mm-hmm. My grandma lived in Mayfair, so we always went there, her and I. And that Safeway was so old. And then all of a sudden it became did they renovate? And then it became a Freshco. But the Shoppers in Market Mall, like it's a tiny little one, but it's so old. Nothing's ever been updated.
No, it's exactly the same as when I was in
Why?
high school.
Yeah. And same with the Extra Foods on Broadway. That thing had a conveyor belt from the basement that lets
Yes.
you bring food upstairs. And it just smelled old the minute you walked in there. Rest in peace, Extra Foods on Broadway.
A fun Confed Mall memory I have. 2017. I probably hadn't been there in actually 5 years, like the mall part, 5 or 6 years. For some reason, we had to go to Confed Mall, and this is when Macy was just born. She was young, and it was this like brand new mall I'd never seen before. It was like all redone. There was this huge area of like interactive tactile games. Have you been there?
Where's this?
In Confed Mall.
I haven't been to Confed Mall for literally years.
Yeah,
Like, literally.
This was 2017 because it was the week before we had Surprise, a Disney trip, and there was Disney was actually closed that day because the weather was so bad. It was like hurricane season. So this would have
okay.
been like September 2017, and the parks were actually closed, and Florida was bracing for like Disney
Nasty.
World to get hit by
Yeah.
a tsunami or hurricane or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we had to go there for some reason. It was just this brand new world. There's a Tim Hortons in there, and there's this huge play area, like nothing you've ever seen before in a mall. And there were all these benches with like ports so you could plug your phone in.
Ooh.
It was crazy, and we spent like hours there. And Macy played with all these things, and it was just this wonderful little place. And then we went back after COVID. I'm like, it's all gone.
That
It's
poor
like
mall
the
did not
ghosts-
survive.
The ghosts of it are there.
And I heard, have they done the big revamp? Like I thought Confed was getting a big overhaul.
I think that may have been it.
Has it happened?
don't
Was
know.
that it?
Maybe.
Oh.
So it was like
Should've
they
looked into this a
they
bit
didn't
more.
have it. They had it. Now it's gone.
Now
again.
it's gone again. I have a story about Confederation Mall, and it's a Petland story.
Yeah, Petland.
I don't know how people will feel about this, but back in the day when this radio station used to be wired, the staff, we were doing something fun on the weekend, and we did a digital camera, because that's what we did back then, scavenger hunt.
Yes.
So split off into teams. You had a list of things, and I don't even know if it was on the thing or I just did it. But we went, something involved a pet. Like you had to get a picture of a live animal. And so we were in the area. We were like, let's go to Petland.
Yep.
They got pets there. We'll be fine. We can do this. And so we're walking around the pet section and we bought a fish. A little tiny goldfish, just like your typical little, I don't even know how much it would have cost.
Here's a bag.
And it must have been on the list. I would not have just suggested to do this for the heck of it, but I ate it. I swallowed it down my throat, into my tummy, and we won the scavenger hunt.
That's hardcore.
Yeah. Okay, no.
I don't know how I feel about this.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
And that was the thing is we did have to eat a goldfish because we went into the store and we were like, no, we're just buying it like a bunch of 20-some-year-old people in a pet store buying a fish on a weird afternoon. And we just left and then we sat in the car and I was like, okay. And oh my God, I bet you I have an SD card somewhere with that picture on it of me just like, glunk, and it slid right down. It was no big deal.
Crazy.
So sorry, Petland.
It's funny what competition does for you.
I know.
Do you remember the Race Around the World? Folkfest did it for 3 years. They did their own version of Race Around the World.
I think so.
Jackie Kripke and I won year 2, whatever. Not a big deal.
No big deal.
Brushing the dust off my shoulder. But
was it like The Amazing Race kind of? Oh, okay.
It was exactly like The Amazing Race over 3 days with teams getting eliminated. Yeah, all 3 days.
Wow,
of
that's
intense.
intense.
It was insane.
Did you have to eat stuff?
Well, that was my story because Jackie's an absolute hardcore vegetarian. And we went to whatever pavilion and we had to do like 3 challenges. And the last one was like wolf down this...
Bratwurst?
No, it was not brat. It was some weird fish. And I was like, I got this. And I smelt it and I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm retching because I'm not a big seafood person as it is. And it was I want to
head cheese, like Ukrainian, the herring?
No, it was the one with the Viking horns. Norway. It was some sort of Norway fish.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was the Norway pavilion.
Right.
And I gagged immediately as I smelt it. I said, I can't do this.
All you have to do is plug your nose.
Grabbed it out of my hand, jammed it in her mouth with like one swallow, and was like, "Let's go!" And I was like, "Holy
my
crap!" So that's what that reminded me of, and like, I still think about that today.
Shout out to Jackie for helping you guys
Jackie
win.
Kripke.
Wow,
we would have lost.
Yeah,
I'd still be there smelling that thing, being like, I can't do this. I can't. Totally bitched out. Totally.
Wow.
So yeah,
interesting. It's funny how. Like that competition, because I used to watch The Amazing Race too,
Yeah.
and Fear Factor was the one that was just like, what a ingenious program, because it was all your fears. It was gross food, it was insects, it was heights, it was whatever. And I always feel like, because if you plug your nose, you can't taste anything. So if you can get past the texture,
I couldn't.
You should be okay.
Couldn't do anything.
I was frozen.
I was paralyzed. Yes.
Paralyzed.
Back to malls.
Back to malls. Okay, let's just give Midtown a bit of attention.
Sure.
Of the old school, because I had seen on a couple of like Reddit feeds and stuff, just people reminiscing, and even Terry Hawkins when he posts all his fun stuff, of people just reminiscing of and I don't even know what era it would have been. If it was the original, I don't know, but just I remember the big pillars covered in those little stones and the dark orangey brown tile.
Yep.
And it was dark. It wasn't very bright in there.
No.
Like, I don't think obviously the second level wouldn't have come yet. So there's like no skylights. It was very dark, but it felt so cozy. There was something about it. I don't know.
Well, we would go there for like Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
That was like
that's what the department stores were for. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the 60s, 70s glory days of department stores was kind of alive in Midtown.
Yep.
And downtown.
Yes.
Obviously. So I think that's what made that special as a kid. Because you would drive down Second to get to Midtown.
It was
and everything
thing.
would be Christmassy. You're like, this is how it's supposed to feel. This is amazing.
Is this TV?
This is what, I was just going to say, this is what movies show me.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'd go there and Midtown would be very Christmased out. And there were 2 department stores, right? There was like Sears and Eaton's.
Yeah.
On each side. So it was just this Christmas extravaganza.
And the coins, remember when you can throw coins in the fountains that they had at the base of the escalators?
Yep.
Didn't you have a coin story about that? Somebody...
A coin story? No.
Who was telling me that their friend used to clean that out? I have to remember that one.
One time we were there and it was the second level was just pretty new, and when they still had the giant fountains all over the first floor. And there were these like rough looking kids up in the second floor, and they were fooling around, being little jerks. And then the one guy knocked the other guy's hat off. There's probably like 6 or 7 of them, and it fell down. And they're like, "Hey, yo, can you throw my hat up there?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, for sure." So I picked up his hat and I threw it, and then it did like a big C and landed
Back in the
it landed in the fountain. And I was like, "We gotta go."
run.
And my friend and I ran out of there. I thought we were gonna get our butts whipped.
Well, that's hilarious.
Because again, I think we were probably like 12, but I'm sure these kids had face tattoos.
Oh,
Crazy.
look out. You can get your ass kicked.
Anytime I was in trouble, I look back and those kids totally had face tattoos. In my
Absolute-
childhood, 100%.
They had face tattoos, all of them.
That's why I was so scared,
Okay. It's a weird childhood memory.
right?
And then I wanted to quickly touch on again the 90s mall of like the teal and rose. And I always think back to like, I think it was Taco Bell, where you see pictures of it in those like reminiscent posts where it was like teal blue, weird pink.
Yep.
And that's how I remember Lawson Heights Mall. Like that
Everything
is
kind of looked like that infamous cup with like the little purple swiggle
Yes.
against the blue.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that is for me, like that is my Lawson Heights Mall,
That's
my
the prime.
food court, all of it was just, that's my memory.
Lawson Heights was like opposite of what Confed Mall was for me as someone who grew up in the like by Markham Malls. Like Confed is just, I don't even know what this is. Where
Yeah.
Lawson Heights was kind of this like cool destination. Like that's an awesome mall. Not saying Confed wasn't, but like this mall makes sense.
Well, and
This
then
is bright and clear, and this is like North End money.
yeah, different situation.
Completely different situation.
And for a hot minute, one mall has the title of like newest in town, right? So of course everyone's going there. So-
Bret Hart came to Lawson Mall, so to me that was like that's the best
Whoa.
mall in the city. Bret Hart's not going to go to he's not going to have a signing at like
Churchill.
a lesser mall.
At a
So we
shopping
all
center.
stood in line, and he was in the old A&W. Remember when A&W used to have a seating area in Lawson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
there was a line all the way down the mall, and we all stood in line, and we met Bret Hart.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I still have his autograph.
We need to get on the campaign of bringing stuff back to malls.
Yes, there's got to be Survivor contestants that get
Something.
eliminated that want to come
Something.
and do a meet and greet at the mall and
see
maybe
what we
some
can do.
inspirational. We should have Jackie Krippy talk about throwing her values under the bus and eating
A fish.
meat
There you go.
in the spirit of competition. She should do a speech at the mall, right? Get a little Britney Spears, Garth Brooks headset.
Overcoming your fears.
Yeah,
Oh, man. Okay, well, that was a fun little trip down memory lane once again. Malls in Saskatoon.
we're always all over the place. That may have been the most all over the place one.
That felt a
I
little-
never recovered from having.
Your Tiffany thing?
I'm seriously.
Dude.
I pride myself on music history. I don't know how I got that wrong for so long. And I mean, that's been locked in my mind since the 80s.
and you've probably been telling people.
I've been telling everyone.
that's
yeah,
unfortunate.
she's,
Made it big off a Beatles song, and everyone was probably like, sure, okay.
No, well, yeah, no one's good. Yeah,
No one fact-checked you except me. Interesting.
I'm learning.
We're
right?
learning. Every day we're learning. Okay, that does it for this week. We're going to do this again probably next week.
Yeah, it's episode 10. It's a big one.
Episode huge. Huge.
Thanks for listening to the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast. Check back for new episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at cruisefm.com.